Hey guys, quick Firebird here, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about the NFL offseason up to this point. It has been a crazy offseason, and it's going to lead to a crazy and awesome 2020 season in the NFL. Leading to the first topic of the day is the Denver Broncos acquiring A.J. Bouye from the Jacksonville Jaguars in a trade deal. That's a good pickup for Denver. They needed help at the corner position, and they got their guy in AJ. I'm going to predict AJ's going to get at least 10 interceptions in his first season with Denver. He's going to have a great year. And yes, he has to get used to the weather change from Jacksonville being mostly raining all the time in Jacksonville, Florida, to the mile high altitude in Denver and snow. So, Denver, good job with that trade. And the next one is the Carolina Panthers trading for Russell Okudus. Might have said that last name wrong. I'm very sorry, guys. From the LA Chargers in exchange for O-lineman Trey Turner. That's a solid pickup for the Panthers, because Kyle Allen, he did not have a great O-line in his first season. But he still did good. He backed up Will Grier and Cam Newton while they were injured. But a good, solid pickup for the Panthers. And talking about the LA Chargers, they signed running back Austin Ekeler on a 4-year, $24.5 million deal. Austin Ekeler, he's one good running back for sure. And he is the future in LA. He's the feature back because LA got rid of Melvin Gordon. And I'll talk about Melvin Gordon later on in the video where he signed. The next topic is the Buffalo Bills signing corner Josh Norman on a 1-year, $8 million contract. Buffalo, they made the playoffs, went against the Texans in the wild card and lost in a crazy game. So they picked up an elite corner that can probably get them over the hump and giving Buffalo their first playoff win in years. So that's a good sign for Buffalo. And another topic is Marshall Yanda. He retires from the NFL. He played 13 seasons, his entire career with Baltimore, winning the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers in 2013 in New Orleans. And he is an 8-time Pro Bowler. He's for sure going to be in the Hall of Fame. So he had a great year. I give props to you, Marshall. Good luck in retirement, man. On the next topic is Tennessee Titans. They released outside linebacker Cameron Wake. And as of right now, no word on where Cameron Wake signed. He's still a free agent, but I will be checking the NFL Instagram page, see where he went. Because right now, he's still available. So, I don't know. Probably the Cardinals can pick him up and help out Chandler Jones. Now let's talk about franchise tags in the new CBA. The Baltimore Ravens, they placed a franchise tag on outside linebacker Matthew Judon. He is one good linebacker, and it's a good thing that they place a franchise tag on Matthew. The LA Chargers place a franchise tag on tight end Hunter Henry. He's one good tight end, and he can block very well. He can receive. He can do anything at the tight end position. The Denver Broncos, they place a franchise tag on safety Justin Simmons. They think he's the future at that position. And it's a good thing they put a franchise tag there. And now let's talk about the Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings decided to split ways with corner Xavier Rhodes. And like Cameron Wake, there's no word where he signed. Like I said earlier, I'll keep an eye out on the NFL Instagram page, see where he went. And another team to release a player is the Tennessee Titans. They release tight end Delanie Walker. He had great seasons in Tennessee. He helped out Marcus Mariota and Ryan Tannehill. Now, he's a free agent. So, any team, will be lucky to have Delanie Walker as their star tight end. Again, come on, Cardinals. We need a tight end. And let's talk about the Patriots. I don't like them. Hate them very much. They're the number one worst team I hate. But I'll just talk about them because why not? Because it's the entire NFL, so I have to include every team in this video. So, the Patriots extend receiver Matthew Slater's contract to 2 more years. I'm not sure how much it's worth, but they extended to 2 more years. And let's talk about the Jaguars again. They trade former Cardinal Calais Campbell to the Baltimore Ravens for a 5th round pick. Now Baltimore has a scary defense. And I think they're going to do much better this season than they were last season. Because they were the first seed in the playoffs last season and they lost to Tennessee. Everybody thought Ravens were going to make the Super Bowl. And I did too. I was like, yeah, Lamar Jackson, he's going to the Super Bowl, being Super Bowl MVP. Nope. Tennessee whooped them, and now they have a beast at the left end position, or they might put him at right end. I'm not sure where Baltimore is going to put Calais, but that's a solid trade. And talking about Tennessee and Ryan Tannehill, they agreed to a 4-year, $118 million extension. Ryan Tannehill, when he came into Tennessee and took the starting job from Marcus Mariota, he helped Tennessee to a huge playoff run, to a wild card against New England, win in Foxborough, in the divisional, win in Baltimore, then the AFC Championship. Like, nobody expected Tennessee to make it to the AFC Championship game during the playoffs last year. I was stunned. I was shocked. But Kansas City, it's a tough place to play. It's a tough place to play in KC. Loudest stadium in the world. The fans are on you. You can't get nothing done in KC with that noise. But Tennessee had a lead. They had a lead, and they couldn't do it. They were so close of shocking the world on to making the Super Bowl like the Cardinals did in 2008 when we shocked the world and made the Super Bowl. And you guys know what happened in 2008. Which I say it was an incomplete pass because I saw the play again. It was incomplete. He never had that second foot down. San Antonio, you are... don't like you, San Antonio, but you are a great receiver. San Antonio Holmes. And speaking of the Patriots, they signed safety Devin McCourty to a 2-year, $23 million contract. He's been playing there pretty much his entire career. He is a good safety in New England. So, it's a good keep there in New England. And back to franchise tags. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers placed a franchise tag on Shaquille Barrett. Shaquille Barrett had a crazy season last year in TB, and he's their star defensive player. He's going to have he still has room to grow, and in his 2020 campaign, he's going to have a better season, and I say he is going to be a defensive of the year candidate. That's my prediction for Shaquille Barrett's 2020 campaign. A defensive player of the year candidate. And let's talk about the Green Bay Packers. They signed linebacker Christian Kirksey to a 2-year, $16 million contract. Green Bay, they've been struggling lately. They couldn't get wins. Well, they can get wins with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams and that receiving core. But defensive-wise, they needed a boost. And with Christian Kirksey coming from Cleveland, that gives them the boost they need. So, I haven't seen any gameplay of Christian Kirksey because I'll try to watch Brown games, watch as many NFL games as possible, but sometimes the games I want to watch aren't on. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I'm going back to the franchise tag because I made a list, and my notes, was in order of the posts on the NFL Instagram page. I'll make sure I'll tag them down in the description. So, talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and another franchise tag, they put their franchise tag on linebacker Bud Dupree. He's a good linebacker. He's going to have a good 2020 campaign, and watch as the Steelers be a division title contender with the Ravens. It's going to be a close battle in that division in the AFC North. I just have a feeling it's just going to come down between Baltimore and Pittsburgh because Cincinnati, they still have years to come. Cleveland, they are getting better. They have Baker Mayfield, and they picked up 2 more players that I'm going to talk to in a little bit later. And, yeah. Alright, the Atlanta Falcons. This was a shocker to me. They released running back Devontae Freeman. Why, Atlanta? Why? Why will you let go of your star running back? But a little bit later, that's going to pay off for Atlanta in a big way. The Minnesota Vikings extend quarterback Kirk Cousins to a 2-year, $66 million contract. Kirk Cousins, he's doing okay in Minnesota. He is obviously doing better than he was in Washington. So, I want to see how he plays in the 2020 campaign. Back to another franchise tag, and this time is about the Cincinnati Bengals. They placed a franchise tag on their star receiver, A.J. Green. A.J. Green, he hasn't been playing well. He's been getting injured. But he's still a star receiver. He's still a threat in Cincinnati. And I'm going to say he's going to have another spectacular season. He's going to have another career season coming up this season. And A.J., one of your biggest fans, man. I hope you come down to Arizona again, play my Cardinals, so I can meet you in person. I hope so. The Tennessee Titans place a franchise tag on King Henry. Yeah, I'm going to say his nickname. King Henry, running back Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was a monster last season. He was unstoppable. And he was another key factor to Tennessee's huge playoff run. And he's going to have another big time season coming up. And Tennessee, I project Tennessee to win the division title in the AFC North. Not AFC North, AFC South this upcoming season. Another team I really don't like, because the rivalry with the Cardinals, is the Dallas Cowboys. And they place a franchise tag on quarterback Dak Prescott. So, they've been riding with Dak Prescott. He's been getting his numbers, getting completions, touchdowns, and trying to lower interception numbers as much as possible for Dak. But he's going to have another good season for sure in the Big D. Now back to the Patriots. They placed a franchise tag on offensive guard Joe Thuney. I think I said his name right. Not sure. Joe Thuney, he's been a good offensive guard in New England, helping out Tom Brady, getting time in the pocket to find Julian Edelman and other receivers like Josh Gordon. Those are the only two receivers I can think of for New England. I'm sorry. And Matthew Slater. How did I forget about Matthew Slater? He was earlier in the video. Another franchise tag is the New York Giants placing a franchise tag on Leonard Williams. You see how he performs in 2020? And see if the Giants can get over that hump, because they've been not that good lately. Daniel Jones, his second year with New York, I think he's going to have a good year. And watch as the Giants become a contender in a few years. Oh, here we go. Let's talk about my Cardinals. They place a transition tag on running back Kenyan Drake. When we got him in that trade during the season last year with Miami, he helped out our running game in a huge way, because we were struggling with David Johnson, and he's going to meet later on in the video. And he gave us a boost. So, and transition tag, I think it's like we can match offers from other teams, but I think we're just going to end up re-signing Kenyan Drake, because he was a huge factor in our run game last season. The Minnesota Vikings placed a franchise tag on Anthony Harris. Anthony Harris, he's a good player for Minnesota, and he's going to have another good year in 2020. The Cleveland Browns signed tight end Austin Hooper. That's a good signing there for Cleveland, because as of right now, in Cleveland, you got Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb, OBJ, Jarvis Landry, and now Austin Hooper. That is a great offense right there. And Cleveland, I'm saying it right now, the playoff drought is over in Cleveland for sure. It's over. The Cleveland Browns are going back to the playoffs. It's been a long time to see that orange helmet in the playoffs. Can I get a new logo, please? Because that's not terrifying. I'm sorry. Even though this logo is not terrifying, but yeah, it is. But Cleveland, please get a new logo. Like, you call your fans a dog pound, just put like a dog logo, like a scary, angry bulldog. That's my idea for Cleveland's new logo that they should get, by the way. The Miami Dolphins, they are also on the rise of getting better. They signed an offensive lineman, Eric Flowers, on a 3-year, $30 million deal. Miami did not have a great offensive line. They've been struggling with the offensive line for years now, just like my Cardinals. And they get a great offensive lineman there from Washington. All right, here we go. the big topic of the video. Like I said earlier, I was talking about David Johnson, and here he is. This is where he comes up. The Houston Texans trade for running back David Johnson from the Arizona Cardinals. David Johnson hasn't been playing like he was in his rookie year in 2015 or 16, whenever we had our great year. I think 2015 was his rookie year. And he exploded onto the scene. He had that big receiving touchdown against the Saints. Then in week 2, playing the Bears in Soldier Field, had that opening kickoff for a touchdown. He had a great season, including had a Marshawn Lynch type of beast mode run against Philly in Lincoln Financial Field. Whew. David Johnson, where have you been with these types of runs? We missed those types of performances in Arizona. And I think this was the time we move on from David Johnson and move forward with Kenyan Drake. And also the other team, the Arizona Cardinals, they trade for star receiver DeAndre Hopkins from the Texans. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be the number 1 receiver to receive the torch when Fitzgerald, we're Fitzgerald today for this video, when Larry Fitzgerald retires. The Cardinals are on the rise. I'm not saying we're going to make the playoffs, but I hope we do, because we have a great offense this year. We have more weapons for Kyler Murray, and yeah, great trade for Arizona. We definitely won that trade for sure. Oh, excuse me. Alright. We're staying in the NFC West. This time with the San Francisco 49ers. They agreed terms with D lineman Arik Armstead to a 5-year, $85 million deal. He had a great season. He's definitely a force to be reckoned with. And he's going to have another good year in 2020. Another trade. This time is the Baltimore Ravens trading Hayden Hurst and a 2020 4th round pick to the Atlanta Falcons for a 2020 2nd round pick and a 2020 5th round pick. So the Falcons are getting Hayden Hurst to replace Austin Hooper. Then we have pick swaps and all that. And another trade, this time is the Indianapolis Colts. They gain a huge defensive boost here in this trade. They trade for the lineman DeForest Buckner from the San Francisco 49ers for a 1st round pick. That's a great trade for Indianapolis because they needed that help on that defensive line. And with DeForest Buckner coming off from the edge or wherever on that defensive line in Indy, Ryan Tannehill, Nick Foles, or whoever the quarterback will be in Jacksonville, and Watson, Deshaun Watson, you guys better watch out for Buckner coming off from that Colts defense because he's coming for you guys. He's going to eat them sacks. Alright, now back to Cleveland. They signed offensive tackle Jack Conklin to a 3-year, $42 million deal. And signed Case Keenum on a 3-year, $18 million deal. 2 great signings for Cleveland. Case Keenum backing up Baker Mayfield, and they adding an offensive tackle to help out that offensive line. And this is the big signing. Miami Dolphins signed cornerback Byron Jones and linebacker Kyle Van Noy. For Van Noy, his contract is a 4-year, $51 million deal. And for Byron Jones, he is the highest paid corner in the NFL as of right now. Highest paid. Miami is going to have a killer defense for 2020. By those two players alone, Miami defense is going to help out that offense. They're going to get key stops, and that offense is going to score so many points. Not in one game, you know what I mean. The Chicago Bears signed tight end Jimmy Graham to a 2-year, $16 million deal. That's a good signing for Chicago because that helps out Mitch Trubisky and other offensive players for the Bears. I just gotta say, the Bears. That actually felt good. But I'm a Cardinals fan, so I regret saying that. Alright, let's talk about the Detroit Lions. They signed linebacker Jamie Collins to a 3-year, $30 million deal. Jamie Collins and Matt Patricia are reuniting. Because when Jamie Collins was in New England, the defensive coordinator was Matt Patricia. So that's a good signing there for Detroit. Time for me to say this. The Las Vegas Raiders signed quarterback Marcus Mariota. Pretty much they're done with Derek Carr. They're going to move on from Derek Carr and they're going to proceed with Marcus Mariota. So, let's see what happens with Marcus Mariota and his new journey with the Las Vegas Raiders. Now let's talk about the Bills again. They trade for a receiver, Stephon Diggs. I'm not sure what Minnesota got in return. All it said on the NFL Instagram page is they trade for Stephon Diggs. So, not sure. You guys can tell me down in the comments what Minnesota got in return. Alright, let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys and receiver Amari Cooper. They agreed to a 5-year, $100 million deal. Amari Cooper was unstoppable with Dallas last year. And that continues for 2020. So, let's go. Gotta sneeze. I'll edit this out. Oh, never mind. Okay. Let's continue. The Houston Texans signed receiver Randall Cobb to a 3-year, $27 million deal. Randall Cobb is not going to fulfill the missing piece with DeAndre Hopkins now in Arizona. But let's see how he does in his first year with the Texans. The New York Giants signed linebacker Blake Martinez to a 3-year, $30 million deal. So far, the defense in New York is starting to look better with that signing. Alright. And another big player. Tom Brady's finally out of New England. Finally. That era is over in New England. Finally, somebody else in that division can win. Finally, the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins can finally win the division because it's been all Patriots every single season. And I got sick and tired of it. Finally, somebody else can win that division. Thank you, Tom Brady, for coming to your senses and saying, I'm done with the Patriots. Thank you. But he's going to be back in this video in a little bit. And another quarterback to sign is Drew Brees. He signs with the New Orleans Saints. He's staying in New Orleans to a 2-year deal worth roughly $50 million. That's good because he is the franchise guy in New Orleans. And he's definitely going to the Hall of Fame for sure. He has a Super Bowl ring and all that. New Orleans, you still have your guy. Good job. Staying in the NFC South is the Carolina Panthers, allowing Cam Newton to seek a trade deal with a different team. So for that still going on, I don't know where or who will trade for Cam Newton, but most likely his time is done in Carolina. And the Bears defense starts to get more scary. They signed Robert Quinn to a 5-year, $70 million deal. That's going to help out Khalil Mack so much. Because now the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, they have to worry about 2 guys coming off the edge. 2 guys. Khalil Mack and Robert Quinn. That Bears defense is scary. The Carolina Panthers, they signed Teddy Bridgewater. Most likely he's going to be the backup for Kyle Allen. Let's see how he performs in his first season with the Panthers. And the Raiders defense is stepping up. They signed linebacker Corey Littleton to a 3-year, $36 million deal. That defense is starting to heat up. And I'm going to be surprised if the Raiders makes the playoffs in their first season in Vegas, just like the Vegas Golden Knights did in their first season in the NHL as an expansion team. And they're still one of the top teams in the NHL as of right now. Right, back to the NFL and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They signed linebacker Joe Schobert to a 5-year, $53.75 million deal. They need help on that defense after trading Calais Campbell, and there's still tons and tons of pieces left for Jacksonville and on that defense. The Miami Dolphins signed running back Jordan Howard, and that's a good signing because they got rid of King Drake to Arizona, and they had a question mark at running back. Now they have Jordan Howard. That running game is going to be deadly for sure. Now let's talk about the Eagles. They would not exercise the 2020 contract option for safety Malcolm Jenkins, making Jenkins a free agent. And he's going to be in this video in a little bit, where I will tell you guys where he signed, because he returned to someplace special. And that my guy gave it away. I'm not too sure. The Tennessee Titans, they signed pass rusher Vic Beasley to a 1-year deal worth to $12 million. They got a good pass rusher in Vic Beasley, because he was one of the main threats on that Atlanta defense last year. So let's see how he performs in his first year with the Titans. Phillip Rivers. He leaves the Chargers and he signs with the Colts. The Colts have their quarterback after Andrew Luck retired. The Colts got a quarterback again. I'm not saying Jacoby Brissett is a bad quarterback. He had a good year. But Phillip Rivers is a huge upgrade at that position for the Colts. Now, T.Y. Hilton has a quarterback that he can trust. And that offense in Indy will be one of the unstoppable offenses. And another player to move on to their second team. Jason Witten is moving on to the Las Vegas Raiders. That offense is scary with Jason Witten and Marcus Mariota. Vegas, oh my God. Raiders are looking good. The LA Chargers, they signed right tackle Brian Bulaga to a 3-year, $30 million deal. They needed help at that offensive line after letting go of one of their offensive linemen, like I said earlier in the video, in the trade. And Brian Bulaga, he had a great career with Green Bay and helping out Aaron Rodgers becoming the quarterback that Aaron Rodgers is today. The Washington Redskins, they signed linebacker Thomas Davis. I'm not sure for how many years and how long and how much that contract is cost. Again, tell me in the comments section below. The Pittsburgh Steelers decide to pair up two brothers. Missing one, but they got two. They signed fullback Derek Watt. And again, not sure for how many years and how much that contract is worth. But Derek Watt will be joining with his brother TJ in the Steel City. And like I said, Tom Brady is back in this video. And he's going to take his arm strength and accuracy to Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay now have Tom Brady, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin. That is going to be a deadly trio right there. Tampa Bay is going to have a great offense for sure. The Dallas Cowboys signed defensive tackle Gerald McCoy to a 3-year deal. Not sure how much that contract is worth, but that is a great signing for Dallas. The Denver Broncos, they trade for defensive tackle Jarrell Casey in exchange for a 2020 7th round pick with the Tennessee Titans. Denver is starting to have a great defense again, helping out Von Miller. They got Jarrell Casey. They got the player I said earlier in the video, which let me look on my notes because why not? Why not make me look at my notes? I have a short memory. I already forgot who the Broncos got. AJ Boye. I remembered AJ Boye. So, great defense down. Well, where from I'm in Arizona. Great defense up in Denver. Okay, now we get back where I was. Alright, Malcolm Jenkins is back in this video. And he returns to New Orleans. Not sure for how many years and how much that contract is worth, but tell me in the comment section. That Carolina Panthers released safety Eric Reed. No word where he signed, but I will update you guys once I find out. The Chicago Bears. They trade for quarterback Nick Foles. That means Gardner Minshew will be the quarterback for Jacksonville. So, Nick Foles, he's going to be the backup quarterback for Mitch Trubisky, or he might get the starting job. He might win out the battle with Mitch. See what happens in preseason down in Chicago. And the Chargers defense is looking deadly. They signed corner Chris Harris. That is a great signing for LA. They picked up a nice corner. An elite corner. Not nice, elite. And let's talk about the other LA team, the Rams. They signed offensive tackle Andrew Whitworth to a 3-year contract. Not sure for how much, but please tell me down in the comments. The Seattle Seahawks signed pass rusher Bruce Irvin. Bruce Irvin returns to Seattle. This is his second stint with the Seahawks. He had a good first time around with the Seahawks, looking for a good second time around. The Detroit Lions signed cornerback Desmond Trufant on a 2-year, $21 million deal. He's going to replace Darius Slay, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. He's going to replace Darius Slay, for sure. And Desmond Trufant, he's a great corner. He's a great corner, for sure. He's going to be a good corner for Detroit. He's going to have a good year. Like I said, Darius Slay, he got traded to Philly for a 3rd and 4th round pick. And he will receive a 3-year, $50 million contract extension from Philly. He's going to be a huge upgrade in the secondary for the Eagles. The Atlanta Falcons signed pass rusher Dante Fowler to a 3-year deal. I'm not sure for how much, but please tell me. The Denver Broncos split ways with Joe Flacco, and no word where he signed. And this is crazy news. The Los Angeles Rams released Todd Gurley and Clay Matthews. Todd Gurley, I know where he went, and I will tell you guys in a bit. For Clay Matthews, not sure yet. The Dallas Cowboys signed safety Clayton Dix to a 1-year, $4 million deal. He's going to have a good year. See how he performs. He wasn't the elite corner or elite safety he was with Green Bay, but he's starting to progress and be that top safety again. Todd Gurley, he signed with the Atlanta Falcons. He's returning to Georgia since his Bulldog days with the University of Georgia. He was really good with the Bulldogs, and now he returns to Georgia, this time as an Atlanta Falcon. The Pittsburgh Steelers signed tight end Eric Ebron to a 2-year, $12 million deal and trade for defensive lineman Chris Wormley in exchange for a 2021 7th-round pick from the Baltimore Ravens for a 2021 5th-round pick. That's a good trade for Pittsburgh. Bad one for Baltimore. The Denver Broncos signed running back Melvin Gordon to a 2-year, $16 million deal. The Broncos, they currently have in that backfield Philip Lindsay and now Melvin Gordon. Now it's going to be a tough battle when whoever will get the starting job. But I have a feeling it's going to be Philip Lindsay still being the starter in Denver. And this was huge news I saw this last night. The New Orleans Saints signed receiver Emmanuel Sanders to a 2-year, $16 million deal. That helps out Brees so much. Now he has Michael Thomas, Willie Snead, and Emmanuel Sanders. That is a great receiving core in New Orleans. And now, if Minnesota and New Orleans face each other in the playoffs again, New Orleans is going to win for sure. Alright. That's so far the offseason up to this point. And I want to know, down in the comments section below, what team do you guys support? What NFL team you guys support? Like for me, you guys can obviously see I support the Cardinals. And my next video will be about the NFL draft. My reaction to the NFL draft. I'll have that shot and everything like a couple days after the draft. I'll see you guys later. Be safe. Practice social distancing. Firebird out. Also, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on your notifications, and I will see you guys later. Firebird out.